Hi, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Bob Paulinski, Master of Wine. I just arrived in Lisbon, Portugal, and I made my way about an hour north of the city to my hotel room. It's been a very long day, had all sorts of connection issues with the flights, so the trip took much longer than it should have. I'm all wore out. When I got off the flight, I held up the phone, and the facial recognition didn't even know who I was. That's the sure sign it's been a rough day. But I'm very glad to be here. I'm going to be a judge at the Wines of Portugal Challenge wine competition. I'm going to give you some behind the scenes view of what happens at a large competition. But for right now, I need some rest. I'm back after a bit of a rest. This video is more about the mechanics that take place behind the scenes at a professional wine competition, less so about the results. In the not too distant future, I'll focus specifically on the results of this competition. As a quick overview, the demand for Portuguese wine continued to grow throughout the world. There are a few key drivers. The value for the money is one key reason, but the plentiful amount of indigenous grape varieties is another. 265 different grape varieties are registered. The vast amount are indigenous to Portugal. Years ago, that would have been an obstacle to entry into the market, but today it's an opportunity as people are increasingly looking for more unique wines with a sense of place. Over the years, I've judged in nearly 200 wine competitions across 5 continents. This is the first time judging in Portugal. This event takes place once a year in Santarem, Portugal, about an hour north of Lisbon. The event takes place in a large convention hall. The organization of the entire event is very professional. The tasting takes place in the morning when the senses are sharpest. The setting has ample natural light. Good all purpose wine glasses are used with white tablecloths as a backdrop. The support staff is fantastic. Each day starts with a greeting and some instruction from the event organizers. The competition is spread out over 3 days. About 1,500 wines in total have been entered. Only Portuguese wines are allowed. The competition is a bit different than others that I've attended in that all of the entries must actually be chosen by local regional panels before entering this competition. Only a few wines are evaluated each day, about 40 by each panel. This allows for more of a thorough evaluation of each wine. Most competitions that I've attended in the past are about 120 wines per day. There are 12 tasting panels made up of 6 members each, with an international presence on each panel. Included are people from the US, Canada, Mexico, South Korea, Japan, Poland, Sweden, Angola, and Brazil. With each day, the panels get reshuffled. With each day, the flights are split out into white wines, red wines, and perhaps some fortified, which will be at the end of the day. The judges are provided basic information about the wines: grape variety, varieties, vintage, and region. Each wine is assigned a number. The winery name and the brand and the cost are not made known. For each wine, the panel's head judge evaluates the wine for faults prior to it being poured for the rest of the judges. Each judge is then given ample time to assess their wine and assign scores. Most of the wines are current vintage, but some can go back more than 20 years. A high value is placed on wines that express true varietal character and a strong sense of place. A 100-point system is used. After each flight is completed by the judges, the scores are tallied and the number is divided by 6, the number of judges. Sometimes there can be some discussion, but oftentimes it's not necessary as there wasn't much variation from judge to judge within my panels. If there was a variation, oftentimes it tied back to wine style versus wine quality. For me, the revelation was the white wines. So many crisp, vibrant wines with zesty acidity. The reds were largely very solid. Touriga Nacional gets lots of attention, deservedly so, but Baga, Castelao, and Touriga Franca showed very well. The fortified wines were excellent, and white port was certainly a revelation. Before too long, I'll release another video which shows the results from this competition. It'll provide some guidance when you're out shopping. This trip to Portugal has been fantastic. The people have been wonderful. The food is great. Absolutely love the wine. There's a lot more to come. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, as it very much would help this channel. Hit the like. If you have some like-minded wine friends, sharing it would be much appreciated. I know I'm going to be drinking very well for the rest of this week. I hope you are too. And before too long, I'll see you again. Cheers.